What's in store for the 2024 Clermont, Florida housing market? Is this going to be the year that we finally start to see a break in home prices? Is housing affordability going to improve? Or is it going to look like the last couple of years where we've had inventory problems, competition in the market, and home prices continuing to climb upward? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into in today's video. We're going to talk about 2024, what's likely to happen in this upcoming housing market, so you can make the best decision for yourself and your family as a buyer or a seller in this market. We're also going to talk about who I predict will have the most challenges in 2024 and who will benefit most in the 2024 market. You may be surprised, so stay tuned. As we head into 2024, the real estate landscape in Clermont, Florida, and surrounding areas, including Minneola, Florida, and Winter Garden, Florida, are presenting some unique challenges and opportunities. The market looks challenging, especially compared to the soaring highs of 2020 and 2021. Prices are high, affordability is at a record low, prompting many aspiring homeowners to wonder about the future trajectory of the market. To explain the current situation, let's delve into some key data points. Nationally, home prices have shown resilience despite fluctuating mortgage interest rates and economic uncertainties. The U.S. National Home Price Index, which is a reliable barometer of market trends, indicates an overall increase in single-family home values when looking at October 2023 compared to October of the previous year, 2022. This trend, although subject to seasonal fluctuations, suggests a market that's holding its ground rather than crashing. In Clermont, the situation mirrors these national trends, but with local nuances. Supply and demand continues to be the market's lifeblood. Despite high mortgage rates, over 8% for a 30-year fixed rate in some cases, there's still a cohort of buyers keeping the market buoyant. This includes a significant number of baby boomers and high-income earners who are less impacted by current affordability challenges. As you know, interest rates are a key factor that affect the housing market as they influence the cost and availability of mortgages for home buyers and sellers. Interest rates have been rising in 2022 and 2023 due to high inflation and the Fed Reserve's monetary tightening policy. However, many experts predict that the interest rates will start to decline in 2024 as inflation slows down and the economy stabilizes. Now, as a potential buyer or seller in the Clermont, Minneola, and Winter Garden areas, it's really important to navigate the complex dynamics with a clear understanding of the local and national trends. The market may not be accessible as many would hope, but opportunities still exist for those who can navigate the current landscape effectively. So this is where I'm going to talk about who will benefit in 2024 and who will have challenges in 2024. So let's start with who will have challenges in the 2024 real estate market. Number one, sellers of new construction homes. Homeowners who purchased recently in rapidly developing areas may find themselves in a bit of a bind should they need to sell shortly after purchase. If you're buying in an area that has a lot of new construction, you have to be prepared to compete with the builders if you need to sell somewhat quickly after closing. Life can change unexpectedly, and you may not be able to turn around and sell a house for more than you bought it for. Builders are so difficult to compete with because they can afford to attract buyers by lowering prices, they can offer more incentives, and they can offer loan buydowns. A single seller doesn't have the same flexibility, especially if you've only put down a small down payment when you bought the home. Now stick with me, because when you see who I believe will benefit in 2024, you may be surprised. Number two, sellers with homes needing any type of work. If you're a seller in 2024 and your home needs work, you're going to struggle to get offers on your home. We're already seeing this now. Homes with even simple repairs, such as needing carpet to be replaced or homes needing to be painted. Buyers are extremely picky and they're not wanting to pay for or do any of the work. And remember, you're competing against the builders who can offer a brand new home with large financial incentives. So in order to compete, your home needs to be in pristine condition and your price needs to be extremely competitive to attract the buyers. We're seeing home buyers want a beautiful home that's ready to move into on day one. And now the third group who are going to face challenges in 2024 are investors. With the slower rent increase rate and higher property holding costs, investor profit margins are narrowing. In Florida, property tax hikes and insurance premiums have risen by approximately 9 to 10% in the past year, impacting returns. Finance investors, with interest rates being as high as they are, will be impacted the most, while cash investors still have some good opportunities. Now, I just talked about tax increases, but I wanted to point out that if your home is a primary resident, not an investment property, you're eligible to file for the homestead exemption here in Florida, which then your assessed value for tax purposes, it can't increase more than 3% a year. So it's a benefit to those of us that our primary residents are in Florida. As we project into 2024, it's clear that specific groups are poised to benefit in these local markets. So let's take a look at the 3 groups who I predict will benefit in 2024. Number 1, established homeowners. Those of you who purchased homes before the price surge, for example, January 2020, have seen an average equity increase of about 65% in Clermont and Minneola, and nearly 70% in Winter Garden. This huge growth in equity provides a cushion even in a fluctuating market. So if you bought before COVID and you find yourself needing to sell your home, you'll have enough equity in your home to ensure that you make a profit on the sale. Now, just remember, you'll need to make sure that your home is in impeccable condition so it's attractive to the buyers, as you'll be competing against those builders. And the second group that I think will benefit in 2024 are buyers of new construction homes. Now, in 2024, buyers looking at new construction homes are in a very favorable position. I know it might seem like I'm flipping the script here on you because you just heard me say that they'll be in the challenged group, but hear me out. If you're planning to buy in 2024 and you don't plan to move again soon, and you understand the risks of buying in an area with builder competition, this is where some of the best deals are going to be found. Over the course of 2023, builders have piled on incentives because they're carrying more supply, which means more overhead, and they really don't like that. They also don't like lowering prices, so offering large amounts towards closing costs is their preference. As a buyer, you can use this contribution towards interest rate buy downs, closing costs, design center options, or a combination of those things. Each builder has different incentives and they change all the time, but I have regularly seen incentives between $10,000 and $45,000 depending on the sales price. That is a wonderful and welcome change from just 18 months ago when builders were offering very little, if any, incentives. And now the best group that will benefit most in 2024, cash buyers. In 2024, the adage cash is king holds particularly true for those looking to purchase property in Central Florida. With higher interest rates deterring many of the potential buyers, cash buyers find themselves in a favorable position of power. The reduced buyer pool means less competition, which significantly increases your negotiating leverage, especially in communities nearing sellout phases. Builders are more eager to close out their inventory, leading to substantial price reductions. I've personally observed instances where builders have slashed prices nearly $80,000 for a cash purchase. This trend presents a golden opportunity for cash buyers to negotiate even lower prices, securing premium properties at prices that might have been unimaginable in a more crowded market. The Fed is expected to cut rates 3 to 6 times in 2024, and with each interest rate cut, more buyers will enter the market, which when more buyers enter the market, this equals more demand, and more demand, we know, equals less negotiating power and less builder incentives. So, if you're a cash buyer considering purchasing in 2024, your best deals and negotiating power are most likely going to be seen in the first half of 2024, while interest rates are higher and less buyers are in the market. And now to recap, those that will face challenges in 2024, sellers of new construction homes, sellers with homes needing any type of work, and financed investors. And to recap those that will benefit in 2024, established homeowners who bought before the COVID craze, home buyers of new construction, and cash buyers. Now, keep in mind that the real estate market trends are hyper-local, and these are my 2024 predictions. The real estate market is ever evolving, and while some stand to gain from these changes, others may face challenges. And understanding these market dynamics is crucial for making informed decisions for you and your family. From my family, my husband Ted, who's behind the camera, and is the other half of this team that brings you these weekly videos, our son Theo, and myself, we wish you a very happy, healthy, prosperous, and blessed 2024. If you're looking to move to the Clermont area or you're looking to sell your home in the Central Florida area, we would love to help you. The next step would be to call me on my cell at 407-820-7017, and we can start the conversation of finding you your perfect home. If I don't see you here in Clermont, I look forward to seeing you around the neighborhood.